Yes! Hey, do you get what you focus on? That's my question for myself and for you today. And let me give you a metaphor. Because the thing is, I do ride motorcycle. I just sold my Harley after like 10 years, which is totally okay. But when I'm riding a big fat Harley, I'm going into a curve. And what I fix my focus on, my gaze, is where I end up. So if I fix it on the line I want to ride through the curve, that's where I end up. If I start focusing on something I don't want, for instance, a big fat chunk of tree which is next to the road, meaning if I'm afraid that I will slip and I'll meet that and I'll crash and hurt myself badly, when that is my focus, I start thinking, what if I slip up? What if I meet a stone? What if I end up in a tree? What if I'm crashed and I'm bleeding and I can't be physically well? What if I die? What if I can't be with my kids? And suddenly my thoughts starts to bring in a lot of catastrophic thoughts, and my body starts to tense, and my instincts, which is fight, flight, and freeze, and that one, those instincts are taking over, and freezing is the most dangerous thing that I can have happen on a motorcycle. And I actually had this. It was in a curve, it was in a tunnel, it was in Sweden, just in Stock. Well, no, it was Karlstad, I think. In Sweden, one of the cities. And I was riding there on the left lane, so I was overtaking a lot of cars. And the tunnel curved, and I was going so fast that I suddenly froze. And I was on the way into the wall of the tunnel. And that would have ended it for me. But I released a fresh breath, and then I was back in flow again. And I think that's a metaphor for life as well. If we freeze up, if we tense up, if we focus on the wrong thing, it's bad shit starts to happen with us. But if we let go, we can again remember, who am I? Ah, that's true. I am that inner peace that I'm longing for. Huh, cool. What else am I? I am joy. Wow, that feels great. What else am I? I'm peace, I'm joy, I'm free. What else am I? I'm love. I am a source of love, and I'm connected to you because you are love, and we're connected in this bigger thing. And when I remember that, I go into that feeling, and then I get more of that. For instance, I got reminded, I had this beautiful man reach out to me, and he said, I've been following you for 2 years, and your content, your videos, and your podcast are inspiring and uplifting. And at least what I can do is comment on them until I'm ready. And I wish I'd jumped in before, but now I need to jump in. And he was ready to jump in. And then he had some fear come up, and he reminded me about some people. Everyone who's posting a lot on social media have haters, and that's just the nature of it, because a lot of people carry some inner pain, and they want to find a channel to let it out. And that channel is becoming a troll on social media, because you're hidden behind your keyboard and nobody can see you. And a lot of people think, for a moment at least, that it's okay to say whatever. And those trolls, sometimes they come closer into the reality, and sometimes they get my attention, and sometimes they create a lot of havoc and a lot of drama, which is the opposite of what I want. It's like the tree in the curve. I'm not heading there. So I got reminded, and the next day I felt a little downwards. It was like I had a downward spiral of emotional energy, and I felt that I was holding myself back from being the light and being the love and being the service that I want to be. And I was like, I'm not letting that happen. So everyone, the man who reminded me of this frequency, the people that has been trolling, and like, come on, even Dalai Lama has people traveling around the world after him, traveling around to spread hate about him and talk negative about him. Dalai Lama. Can you imagine something sillier, huh? And now I do have a few. That's cool. Bless them. Might they find a way to heal their wounds and find happiness and love and joy. And the thing is, I am not letting anything hold me back from being who I am and being in service of who you are. You are, my friend. You have a deep spiritual essence. Yes, you do have a beautiful body. You have a beautiful mind, and you can focus on what you want and you'll get more of it. And you have emotions. But you are not a victim to your thoughts and to your emotions and to your condition. You are something greater. You are transcending all of that. And when you connect into that, you find a power source, that inner peace and strength, and that love and that clarity to discriminate in a good way, seeing this is what I want, this is not what I want, and then focusing on what you want. And that is not just a willful practice of, I affirm that I am now wealthy. Oops, I have like a stack of bills to pay. Well, that is not how it works. We address whatever negative is there, but we address it from our positive state, and then we handle it, and we move back to focusing on what we want. And the more we live in that feeling of what we want, the stronger we can handle shit, and the faster we can attract it. So this morning, I spent a whole hour in my magical morning meditation, and it was magic. And I felt into when I can step away from drama, when I can, of course, handle it when it needs to be handled, and then step away and go into my essence. It is light, and it's laughter, it's bubbling laughter and connection. And I could feel into the next 500 master coaches that I'm about to work with. And I'm welcoming them in, and I can see how they're glowing in the light. And if you're curious about how does that happen, does this master coaches come in and feel a safety and security in themselves as coaches, learning how to coach properly and change lives in one single session, and attract their dream clients and enroll them without any pressure, just actually listening up as your potential client says, I just have to work with you. And then allow them to come in and work with them, change your life in one single session, and then keep on making the life more beautiful, allowing them to stay with you until they're in their light. So we're spreading the light, we're making this world a better place, but also having them send potential clients to you. And that's what happened to me. So today, after this broadcast, I'm going to go and follow up with 4 people who are referred to me that I want to connect to and say, hi, is this right for you? Let's connect and find out. So if you want to connect and find out if you're one of the light masters that I'm here to work with, let me know. If not, I hope this reminds you that you can focus on whatever you want. You can either focus on downward spiral or upward spiral. That's the two choices you basically have. Einstein said it. You either choose fear or you choose love. So what do you want? Fear or love? What's most appealing to you? The choice you make for yourself right now will determine the next moment and the next moment. And that doesn't mean bad shit stops happening instantaneously. It's like having a fan, you know, those electric fans. I imagine a white one with like all this matrix around it, and it's going around and around, and you pull out the power plug from the wall. It doesn't stop instantaneously. It keeps on going because it has momentum, but it's not getting more momentum. So it's getting slower and slower, and eventually it stops. But the other fan is the fan of positive spiraling, and it has been happening for a while. You would never have seen this video or listened to this podcast if you haven't already been fueling your positive fan of positive expectations and love and expansion and light, because that's who we are. And when you give attention to that, that grows. And the fact that you can listen to this now means that you've been giving this fuel and energy for a long, long time. So your positive momentum, even though you cannot see it because we're so trained to look for the negative and risks and shit, the positive momentum is there, and it's stronger than you believe it is. So just allow yourself to rest into that. Allow it to properly propel you. Properly propelling you into who you're meant to be, into the love and light that you are. Because that's why you're here, right? To live that. and everything you long for is waiting for you. So right now, in this moment, can you choose one positive thought? And it's really, really, really easy. So right now, what can you be grateful for? Can you take a deep breath? You can breathe. You have lungs that works. If you have, thank God. Grateful for that, right? Right now, you can listen to this sound. That means you have digital access to the internet, where everything, all the information you need is there. Okay, what else do we have? Water. I have water. Wow. Fresh drinking water, That's millions of people, like hundreds of millions of people, I'm afraid, does not have drinking water. Don't take it for granted. I can wear a short sleeve today because I'm not freezing. Isn't that amazing? What else can you be grateful for right now? Seriously, is there one person in your life that you love, that you adore, that you, maybe it's a kid, maybe it's someone you love, maybe it's a sibling, some parents, some relatives, some friends. Think of that person, and what is the one thing about that person that you appreciate? Can you feel gratitude for that? And the more you do this, the more you give energy to this inspiring spiral of who you are becoming. And everything you long for, I here for you to just say yes. So jump on it, okay? You get to choose right now. Do you get what you focus on? Oh yeah, all the time. And then a lot of your patterns will drag you down to the downward spiral, but you get to choose the upward. Much love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. What can you be grateful for now? If you want to be one of the 500 people that we uplift into this sparkling, shining glow of who you really are, let me know. And also let me know, what can you be grateful for right now? Much love, my friend. Thank you for listening. Love you.